Today's video is going to be short and fun. Absolute incontestable evidence that you should never, and I mean never, get your China news or hot takes from the current batch of anti-China clowns. Case in point, the absolute meltdown they're having over a joke pub sign that they are convinced shows the evil government of China is abusing the poor Uyghur people of Xinjiang again, convincing Washington DC stooges and Aspie nut jobs alike. Today we'll go beyond the propaganda and check out all the hilarious details. You won't want to miss this one. This is Reports on China. I'm Andy Borham here in Shanghai. Let's get reporting. First up today, sorry for the lack of videos recently. My eye got infected after I got bad hay fever while filming in Jinggangshan and rubbed it with my dirty hands. Do not do that, you guys. Now to today's hysterical topic. A joke sign at a pub in Xinjiang has sent the anti-China brigade, who are blinded by their hate for China and clearly missing even a single ounce of humor, into an hilarious tailspin. This is the sign in question outside a bar in Korla, which reads, 库尔勒喝酒培训基地, or Korla Alcohol Drinking Training Base. Now, the joke is that the sign is in the style of an official government type sign, usually found outside government offices and the likes. Basically, the joke is a global one, making going to the pub for a drink sound official, like a necessity. I'm off to the alcohol drinking training center. Of course, there's no such thing as a real alcohol drinking training base, and anyone who reads this sign will get the joke straight away. Except, of course, if you're part of the anti-China brigade, who are absolutely blinded by their hate for China and see anything and everything as yet more evidence that the evil Chinese government is suppressing those poor Uyghurs again. Let's check out some of the hilarity on X. It all started when Uyghur Report, which says its aim is to inform the Turkish public about China's Uyghur genocide, shared a video of the sign outside the bar in Xinjiang. After seriously explaining the joke sign, they wrote, "This practice signals that policies conflicting with the cultural and religious sensitivities of the Uyghur Turks living in the region have taken on a new dimension. The images in question are evaluated not only as an intervention into individual preferences, but also as part of a systematic approach targeting societal transformation." Talk about missing the joke. And it just grew from there. Mehmet Totti, Executive Director of Canada's Uyghur Rights Advocacy Project, reposted the video, adding, "China's government has set up alcohol drinking training center for Uyghurs to push them intoxicate themselves in Korla city in East Turkestan with intensives, I think he means incentives, and rewards. You cannot draw a picture of evil. However, you can finger point and name it." By the way, East Turkestan is the name they like to give to Xinjiang, and it's a group which was until very recently deemed a terrorist organization by the United States. And it goes on. James Millward from Washington, D.C., who has a Chinese name on his X handle despite not actually understanding Chinese at all and falling hook, line, and sinker for a joke bar sign, reshared the video as well and wrote, 库尔勒喝酒培训基地, Drinking Alcohol Training Base, in the video. Training was a term used for the internment camps, peaking 2017 to 2020. 基地 base also seems to me a really weird term in this weird context. Same word as for guerrilla base, etc. LOL. That's what happens when you just copy and paste Chinese characters and have no idea how to actually read them or understand them in context. But it gets even funnier. Aspie investigator Bethany Allen assigned herself to the case and used an online dictionary to describe some of the Chinese words found on the joke sign, in case anyone was wondering. 基地 is commonly used for any kind of center, especially educational. Xiamen University is home to a regional center that trains teachers for Confucius Institutes. 培训 is also an extremely common term and usually refers to vocational training, often on the job. Overall, I would suggest that this is an enforcement centre that tries to make sure Uyghurs aren't avoiding alcohol for religious reasons. The name of the centre uses normal, innocuous words to make the centre sound normal and innocuous. It seems Bethany, who has the formal-sounding title of Head of China Investigations, and who blocks anyone who criticises her amazing work, spends most of her working hours looking up Chinese words in the dictionary and then searching online for other examples of those words being used. I guess Aspie gets what they pay for. Many tried to point out to those Einsteins that the sign is clearly a joke, but so far none have even deleted their posts. It seems they have a very high threshold for public ridicule. Angelica was blocked by Bethany for merely explaining, "It's a joke meme sign. Here's a very similar one in Harbin. You're up your own ass. This one says, cultivating experts in drinking and eating meat skewers. Maybe it's a meat-eating training centre, METC, for vegetarians," she joked. Phenon wrote, "This is the China expert you chose yourself. So out of touch with anything China-related." Nat asked, "Are you actually this dumb or just hoping we're this dumb?" Another ex-user asked, "Did you even for a moment question your own confidence about China when you found out from internet strangers that this is a joke in China and you look like a fool now?" And Asta added, "A Chinese expert struggles with Chinese humour. Show this to any Chinese middle schooler and they'll know exactly what you're missing." And the comments go on and on and on. And they really touch on an hilarious reality. The vast majority of anti-China pundits, as evidenced with this very example, are so out of touch and out of their depth with their takes on China, showing a sincerely lacking understanding of this vast country and its complexities. I mean, if they can't even read Chinese and understand the context of a very obvious joke, then what good are they going to be at analysing actual issues? The very obvious answer is this: not good at all. And that's the scary thing. The groups these people represent are so starved for anti-China takes that they're willing to grasp at straws to turn a clear joke into anti-China content for their paymasters. They're so desperate to find anything they can turn into anti-China slop that they don't even feel embarrassed enough to delete their crap when it turns out literally everyone commenting sees right through their grift and thinks they're a laughingstock. Well, whatever pays the bills, I guess. And on that note, that will be all for today, you guys. But as always, I would love to hear your thoughts. Do you think these anti-China grifters realize how stupid they look? And do you think they actually believe the crap they come up with to smear China? Let me know down below, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help the channel. I'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.